Well, good morning and welcome to a special edition of Litter Media Live with Firefighter, Paramedic, Jenna Williams. I'm Dan Ramey. Good to have you here today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about National Night Out coming up in just a moment, right after these words from our friends at Classic Brands.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
We talked a couple of weeks ago about having you back in to talk about National Night Out. And for folks who don't understand what this is one of those moments where the police department and the fire department go hand in hand, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. So one of the coolest things about National Night Out is a nationally recognized event around the country to have first responders, whether it's EMS, fire, police, to all come together. And honestly, it's supposed to be a big block party with the community. Mm-hmm. And so we have this opportunity to join forces together and just reach out to the community and get to know them.
You're already in cooperation with public safety and helping us in that fashion. So Absolutely. It's really cool to see you get together in this fashion, too. And you mentioned a block party, and this is going to be a different location for this block party, right?
Absolutely. So last year we were down in the park, and for different reasons we decided we're going to jump up to 2nd Street this year, right outside the Majestic. We have a lot of room up there as well, and this morning, actually, we just filled out all of our vendors' spots, and so I have about 30 vendors coming out this year for people to visit and be with and get some free stuff and understand what all is out in the community as resources for them, as well as we have, I think, hopefully 5 different fire departments coming, and ideally the police department too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. Now, when you say fire departments, you're talking township area or more cities or what?
Yeah, so we're going to have the city of Chillicothe because it's hosted in the city of Chillicothe. But also one of the very important things for fire departments is to have our mutual aid departments come out, because when we're overwhelmed with calls, the people that help us are typically Union and Scioto and the VA. And so they all have been invited out, and Green has been invited out as well. They also help us. So we want to grow those community partnerships, as well as there's people coming from outside the city to our event, and we want to make sure that those people can interact with their first responders as well, since some of those departments are a little smaller and don't have the capacity to have a large event. So just come join the party.
Sure. Yeah, I like that, the togetherness.
Absolutely. It's about community, yeah.
Last time I saw Jenna, she was wearing a hazmat suit, and you were peeling that thing off, and boy, it was hot inside there, wasn't it?
It was pretty miserable, I'll be honest. I had just gone off a 24-hour shift and chugged a bunch of water and got in one of those big hazmat suits that you see kind of on the movies, and it's very hot in there, even though I think it was about 50 degrees that morning.
It was very comfortable outside the suit.
Outside the suit it was. Let me tell you, inside that suit I was pouring sweat. My whole entire uniform was soaked. When I got out of that suit, I was a very happy camper.
Yeah, well, I thought about that when you talked about mutual aid, and this was done out of the VA Medical Center.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, Chillicothe VAMC and its fire department is very involved with Chillicothe Fire Department in that respect. And you all were training together in this exercise.
Yeah, and a couple weeks prior to that, we actually had another training exercise together. We all went, not all, but several of us went to a confined space rescue class with VA members, and we have equipment between the 2 fire departments to work together in a confined space and rescue someone that might be stuck, like down a manhole or something of that sort.
Yeah, well, one thing that the VA has that you don't have is that really cool Paints logo on the back of their engines.
They do, man. They do. There's some of us that wouldn't mind a cool logo, but unfortunately there's some political red tape you got to go through.
We understand that, yeah. The federal government involved there.
Right.
So, we want to talk a little bit more about your vendors. When you mentioned that, you're talking food trucks, or you're talking just resource information?
So I got a little bit of both, actually.
Okay.
So really cool. For those that know Chris Colon and his taco truck, which is taken off in the city, he's agreed to come out. I'm going to put him right next to the poorhouse, who is also going to be serving drinks for us because it's going to be in that Dora location. So they have the Dora cups that we work together on having a business plan that is going to make it successful for them. One of the really cool things that happened this year is Adina Health sponsored $500 worth of ice cream for us from Antoinette's Ice Cream Truck. And Antoinette's also sponsored another $200. So we have a lot of ice cream we'll be handing out. And
Kids
then,
will like that.
Yeah, I'll like that too. I'm
kids,
excited.
yeah, we'll like it too.
And then I have anything from my friend Stacy. She has a vendor site to teach you how to train dogs a little bit better. And she has classes that she has, so you can sign up for classes with her. We have mental health resources that are going to be there that you can learn what mental health resources are in the city. We have AT&T coming out to talk about affordable phone plans for anyone that might need a little bit of help with having a phone plan. We have substance use resources to if you need help getting to rehab or outpatient resources there. The health department is coming down. I'm trying to think who else. Adina Stroke is coming, so learn how to recognize the signs of stroke, which is really, really important to get help right away with them. I'm trying to think. There's so many that you're just like, oh, one really important one is Paper City Mentoring Project, Big Brother, Big Sister, and Life Ready, I believe, will be there. So children, teen, and young adult mentoring programs will be there, which I'm personally very passionate about. In this event, we'll have a 50-50 raffle as well to sponsor Paper City Mentoring Project. So bring some cash if you like 50-50. So those are some really cool resources that'll be there. There's anything and everything in between that. It's hard. I can't remember everything because there's just 30 of them is a lot to remember.
Yeah, that is a lot. You're talking about the mentoring projects, and with you get the Big Brothers Big Sisters together with the Paper City Mentoring. You're covering ages of 6 to 19.
Absolutely.
So that's huge there. Yeah. And as a paramedic, you see this a lot with folks who find themselves overdosing. You've seen that throughout the years, no doubt. I know you've been here in the city since 2018, so you're kind of on the heels of the really bad stretch we had there.
Right.
But talk about the importance, if you would, about having Narcan on hand for things like that.
Absolutely. So I was just at a house last night that the family had Narcan and was able to administer it before we even got there, which is good. There's some safety precautions that you do want to take. You make sure you're wearing gloves or some way to protect yourself, because if there's a powder in the room or on the person, that could cause you to overdose. So you just definitely want to make sure that you're careful. But if you have someone that is struggling with any sort of substance use in your house, there's something called Project Dawn that gives out free Narcan. You can get it at the health department. You can get it from the fire department. You can get it from several recovery centers around Chillicothe for free. It's 4 milligrams of Narcan that you can have in your house, because what happens is when you ingest an opiate, whether it's intentional or not, because people do accidentally overdose. It does happen. Sure. It suppresses your respiratory system. And as adults, what happens is when our respiratory system depresses, it'll keep going down until our heartbeat stops. So if we can get that respiratory drive back by giving Narcan, it'll save someone's life. Yeah.
I know that the problem is not what it once was. However, it's still a problem.
It is.
We'll probably always have it with us for the rest of our lives. But if we can help someone get through this to recovery, all the better.
Absolutely. And in my opinion, if this large event is able to save one person in regards to whether it's mental health, substance use, a resource that is there that they need, then it's totally worth it.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
August 5th, and what time?
5 to 7 p.m. We do have a chalk art drawing contest, though, so if you would like to participate in that, it starts at 4. The community has come out and sponsored it for me. The community has also sponsored over 30 door prizes for me, which is awesome. So,
but now you need to get some entrants.
Yeah. Now I need the community to come out and come and fill out some raffle tickets. The way that you get raffle tickets this year for door prizes, we have a passport system. You don't have to purchase them. Last year we had people purchase raffle tickets. This year I want everyone to have an equal opportunity to enter into those door prizes. And the way you do that is I have a passport system for all the vendors. So you're going to go visit vendors and try and win bingo on this card. Right?
Gotcha. Okay.
And once you win bingo, you can get raffle tickets and enter to one of the 30 door prizes that we have.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a place where we can get more information?
Yes, absolutely. So on Facebook, there is a local IAFF local 300. That is our union page, and it has a lot of information on it. I'll be posting regularly the next 4 weeks until the event. There's a Facebook event, and then there's different flyers. I have flyers with me today, but I'll also be hanging up around town.
All right, so watch for her to be putting things up on utility poles across.
Come join the fun.
Jenna, thank you for your service, and thank you also for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate you guys helping me explain to the community what the event is about, and hopefully we'll get them out there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
Again, National Night Out is coming up August 5th and 5 till 7 p.m. right in front of the Majestic Theatre on East 2nd Street in downtown Chillicothe. With Jenna Williams, I'm Dan Ramey. Thanks for watching. Coming up, another special edition with the Ross County Humane Society talking about their Bark in the Park. It's on the way, coming up on September 2nd. Details are just ahead here on Facebook Live.